reason why I want PSG to excel is simply because of how they performed at the last NARLI. I mean, they took second place. They were able to bounce back against Cloud9 with a bracket reset and all that stuff. So it's good. It's good to see them return to the same event. I just want to see some crazy matchup overall. I think it'd be awesome to see FlipSide go back and try to get that game 5 again over. But the same thing for PSG. PSG got knocked down due to Gale Force as well, going 3-1. So both these guys involved from PSG's stellar performance.
Yep. Well, we're going to find out. All of this is for seeding right now. All these teams have made it to the LAN in July. The Northern Arena Rocket League Invitational, fighting for seeding against the North American teams. We've already figured out who's going from that side. FlipSide Tactics, PSG looking to get back into the grand finals to fight against PSG Esports. Best of 5, game 1, 30 seconds in, already a shot coming out from PSG as they try to put on that early attack. All three FlipSide a little bit together. Mystic recognizing that will spread out. Good thing he did, as he did have an attacker from PSG there ready to put a shot on.
PSG is playing a little bit faster, but it doesn't matter. Goal from Mystic coming in. Because on defense, they have been grouping up a little bit too much. A big whiff there. Nothing Farah can do. FlipSide starting off strong.
You're right, and it wasn't really unfair. Farah did his darndest to try to get back there. The issue was that Shazette with a just complete whiff. And you just got to hope that doesn't happen coming in the next series. Maybe they had a few minutes off there, obviously, maybe a little bit not warmed up, but now they're back into the match. They got to make that change quick.
Yeah, need to shake it off and just move on to the next one.
Shake it off.
Literally shaking it. Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Holy smokes. Oh, no. Oh, yes. FlipSide Tactics almost having a slow roller in there, and PSG just barely keeping that one out. There's 2 options there for PSG to take a shot at net. They'll go over both of the teammates. They'll end up back in their own. And a miss there. Cooks here will be able to take a shot. It'll go off the crossbar. Back out in front, though. Great shot from Yukio. The placement to the far side. And a great pass from Mystic to set it up.
Fantastic pressure coming from FlipSide. Just one touch after another. You see the overlapping again on defense. These guys need to spread out. I think there might have been a demo, and that's why he ended up getting bumped in the rotation in. But still, after only a minute and a half, FlipSide Tactic starting right where they left off.
3.5, as you just said. Still left in this game, and FlipSide looking strong. Not beating the record of goals that they got against Excel there. That was ridiculous.
I thought he was going to pop it, but he just rocketed it the other way.
Just straight down the field.
I mean, if he would have popped that up, he might have been having a shooting opportunity for his teammate.
Cucks a little bit wide on the shot, or was it a pass as they try to put another one off the backboard? Shazette will beat Yukio. Farah to fight in the corner there with Cuxier. That's going to be off the backboard. Farah taking one out of the play. Yukio. Definitely a strong force on FlipSide Tactics today. That might be a target for PSG as they start to get aggressive. Take him off the field and see what you can do against Mystic and Cuxier. Nobody going for that. Bluey waiting just patiently for a teammate. I totally thought someone would have been up for that. Somehow that ended up in a goal for Mystic.
It seems like the rotations are convoluted. Everybody kind of overlapping, getting each other in the way. Just need to find a way to clean it up. But pressure and the positivity from FlipSide really carrying through. Just the ability to make those plays without having to worry about anybody really overlapping or double committing. It just seems to be like these guys know exactly where they should be on the play.
Well, that's
it's working out.
An issue they definitely fixed coming in the first couple games of the RLCS Season 5. We did see Yukio and Cuxier definitely jumbling up together quite a bit. A lot of double commits, but they fixed that throughout the season, and now it seems like we're seeing the actual FlipSide Tactics. FlipSide Tactics is making sure people know this is a name to be reckoned with.
Yeah, FlipSide, a team that very storied or
absolutely.
From winning the World Championship in Season 2 to falling down and barely making Season 3 and then not even applying to Season 4. Just crazy to see them back. It's always weird for us to not have them talked as one of the best teams in Europe.
Let's go. Ah, it's broken. I love, though, that they keep, sorry, I had to bring it up. I love that they still keep it at least for about 3 seconds. Even in a competition like this. Lots on the line, seeding. Oof, Shazette finally grabbing the first one for PSG. And they'll decrease that deficit only by 2.
Yeah, just a good job by Bluey Forces that last defender in net to go make a challenge. Unfortunately for Yukio, he doesn't clear it too far downfield. So the shot on net just catches Mystic. He's cheating up a little bit too much on that rotation. Just wanted to get in position as quickly as possible. Because of that, PSG is able to put one back on, but the pressure is there. They're starting to mount up.
Shot's not too far off, 10-7 right now. The flip side definitely looking better as they've managed to put those in the net. There's another shot, just saved by Bluey on the goal line. Chazette will try to push one up to Farah. He grabs the boost. They might be able to set up a play. I was mistaken, they lose control. Yukio on the ground, Cooks here to follow that up. Minimal boost, he'll try to set something for a teammate. Great pass, but Yukio gets taken out of the play. Heads up play from Farah to just completely eliminate any passing chances there.
Something to pay attention to for Cookser as well is the way that he does his boost management. He is a player that uses some of the lowest out of any other player in the league. A lot of it because he doesn't actually really go for those 100 boost pads unless he absolutely needs to. Even when he's only about 10 or 20, rather than rotating wide and grabbing a pad, he'll go through the middle, pick up those 12 boost pads, and then turn around and go right back into it. Just allows his teammates on defense so many more options.
Bluey is going to be up for that, just trying to get a 50-50. He didn't have an angle on his shot there. Double tap. Oh, Chazette did not have enough boost, but it's going to be another shot. Bluey will wrap around for another one. Farah puts that out of his own reach. He maybe could have had a double tap there himself, but 2 goals down. They kind of needed that. And it looks like FlipSide Tactics going to be in a pretty good position to take game number 1 in this best of 5, looking to go from the lowers up to the grand finals.
Trying to get that rematch again, but doing a great job towards the back end of that match. You saw Mystic rotating out completely. Didn't want to be anywhere near that ball. It's just like, you know what, let's grab some boosts. Let's sit at this midfield and make sure we don't concede anything. So great clock management towards the end to close out that first match.
No, absolutely fantastic. Flip sides, they've always been pretty good at that. And again, with someone like Cooks here on the team, you know that they're communicating well, and he's setting up a place. He's saying, guys, let's be smart. We don't need to do anything crazy here. We've made mistakes on offense. We've seen that in this tournament just alone, where they pushed up way too far and just let open nets go in. And Cooks is like, let's not do that again. Play smart. We're up by 2 goals. Just hold it off.
Yeah, 13 shots coming out from FlipSide Tactics, but PSG not too far behind with 10. But you talked about it, and you mentioned that communication. I think the way that I said it, you know, talking to Mystic in that downtime before their match earlier today against Gale Force, just the ability to say, you know what, Yukio, you do need to pass more, and that communication now coming through. You aren't seeing that overlapping. You're not seeing them tripping up on each other. And it really started in the first season, or their first season with Yukio in the RLCS, where it's like, I just don't think Cookser really trusted Yukio yet. It was still kind of a learning process with him, so he shadowed it a little bit too much. And then he didn't trust him to go for aerial, so like he would go for one, and then Cookser would also be there to bump him. So I'm glad to see that that's not an issue anymore. They're really, really having faith in each other, because if they don't, there's no way a lot of these plays are actually going to happen.
No, you're right. I mean, the team wouldn't last, to be honest, if that was still an issue at this point. You're going through all of league play from the RLCS, playing in your off time, and now coming into this tournament, and you just don't fix those mistakes. That team's not going to last.
The whole reason they're trying to change, rather than doing just a bunch of scrims, they're trying to realize, okay, what did we do wrong in these games? Watch the review, and then communicate on fixing those. So practice does make perfect, but they're going about a different way of doing it.
I'm just extremely excited that we get to see these guys at LAN. FlipSide Tactics, I think, missing out last time because they were in contention for promotion relegation.
Yeah, a little bit different. Something we haven't really talked about at all today is obviously all these guys up at the top were invited, having to battle against the teams that came from the open qualifiers. A shot squeaking right below that crossbar from Chazette.
Yeah, there it is, an early goal for PSG, and that might be just a little bit of confidence that they need. Great control from Chazette, pops it just enough in his reach that he can land on the ground and get back to it before any of those defenders.
40 seconds in, everybody on PSG with a shot. FlipSide, not a single one. Really spreading it out, trying to apply that pressure. Something they've been doing all day long. Been having difficulty keeping that lead.
3 shots already in the first minute is a significant amount of pressure. And you can see the result is a goal. FlipSide, I'm not counting them out yet, though. They are looking great on the field. They are looking like a threat. Especially like this with these interceptions and Yukio as that guy shooting. That is a very scary spot for PSG to be on defense. That guy can score from crazy angles. Solid clear from Shazette. We'll go back to midfield. Mystic, though, and Cooks here. We're back. Arguing who should be the Batman, but I guess they'll settle their differences later as they move up the field together. Oh, my goodness. No one can get back in time. Farah is actually going to sneak in there, all sneaky-deaky-like, and take a shot on net, sending them up 2 goals.
Talked about it, how important it is for every single player to make the right move. You saw Cookster go all the way across the field for that middle boost. Because Yukio actually cleared that into the middle of the field, it was easily returned. So nobody back there in time. Just having faith in those teammates punishes them yet again. Domino effect breaking down.
Decent pass there from Yukio. Could have been a little bit more on Coxier's nose. What a shot, Bluey! You said it. He's feeling good, and it shows right there. PSG with 3 goals up now. Bluey, you monster.
Not only to receive a pass mid-air, but to control it for a double touch. We talk about Bluey and how I want to see him do all these support stuff and back off the flashy plays. Forget it. Bluey, keep doing that all day long.
Do not stop. Flipside now at a 3-goal deficit. 3 minutes left, though. Lots of time. PSG is definitely taking control of game number 2. Flipside did take game number 1 in this best of 5. Story's looking a little bit different now. Communication coming together for PSG. They're spreading out, not overlapping. They're able to move that ball down the field for chances. No, that's a shot, but a shot just missed off the crossbar. Cucks needed to sink that to grab themselves a goal.
Such a good play from Yukio as well. Bullying that goalie, opening up that opportunity. Just needs to be a little bit lower. Good idea.
Shazette, smart play there, knowing that ball was going to drop into the hands of Flipside, made a preemptive approach. Got as close as possible to that to stop any chance from Flipside moving into their end. That could be straight down for Mystic, although Cucks also went up. Yukio's going to be that last defender. Will be going for a heads-up play. A bit of cherry picking will be falling apart. Oh, chance there. Good 50 there from Shazette. Gets that one to Farah. Oh, Mystic. Do it again. Do it again. He didn't do it again, but he did it once, and it was pretty cool.
Well, Mystic's playing really well. He was really low on boost on that top right corner. Shot saved again by PSG's defense.
Although I'm seeing a bit of deja vu here from Flipside Tactics. I've seen them play with Mystic a little rough at the beginning. He fixes things up, and they get good, but they get so close, and I feel like I just don't know if it'll be enough against PSG.
It'll be difficult with only 1:30 left, but a great start from Mystic.
Well, he's
talking about how good he's been playing. Started with just these small, minute details. Didn't have any boost up while they were rotating back. Team needed a little bit of time. What does he do? He cuts the rotation, buys an extra time. Sets up pass plays, puts shots away from Cookster, and they have a chance.
With a minute 28, that is certainly a chance, and a very doable chance at that. Especially off a kickoff if they can get control here. I'm not sure that they will, though. Minimal boost, especially after Yukio and Cucks trying to move this up the field. Definitely going to have Mystic be the only man keeping pressure on for the next couple seconds. Great touch from Yukio. Cucks tried to set one down. Mystic, though, 2-on-1 situation. Farah has Shazette. Mystic will steal that away. Read the right play. Final minute remaining. Flipside is yet to grab their second. They're going to need that very soon. Good attempt from Cucks here, but I'm not sure Farah is going to let you do that. Although, they are going to let Mystic from the other side do that.
Trying to watch this clear, so it looked like Farah wanted to pass that over to Bluey, which would have been great. They got past that one player challenging, and then Bluey would have been able to clear that downfield, but Bluey decided to go for boost instead. Leaves it lofted right in the middle. Catches the team off guard. And in what Flipside doing the same thing they always do, it feels like. Just
Make
a
our
lot,
heart race.
yeah, just a lot sooner. I don't know. Usually they wait until they're down by 2 in the series.
I'm fine with this. It keeps everyone on edge and gives us a good match of Rocket League. 20 seconds left. Flipside technically has infinite amounts of time to bring this to a tie game and an overtime. That clock will hit 0, but the game will not end until the ball touches the ground. 5 seconds left now. PSG has control of it On the other side, Ferry just killing as much time as possible. A banger from Yukio is going to be out of the reach. I think no. Cooksier can put it off the backboard. Bluey needed to kill that right there. That'll finally be the chance unless Yukio can save this. He does, but Cooksier, I think, out of boost, will not be able to reach this one. And PSG will finally set that one down, but they did not put themselves in a really good spot at the end there.
No, a good response from PSG. FlipSide did have an option there at the end while two were rotating back, though. There was a double commit, so kind of hurting those chances. But PSG really turned it up that game. Totally different from what we saw in game number one. A lot more aggressive, way better challenges to the ball and the passes. Even if they weren't on target or if they weren't a shot opportunity, the best part is the fact that they had them consecutively. They're able to maintain a lot more of the possession and really control that pitch while spreading out. No more overlapping, no more double commits on stuff. A lot cleaner play from them.
So the next match coming up, I got to ask you then, is this FlipSides? Because I feel like they're on a pretty good roll. Yes.
I didn't.
You were going to say yes to anything I said.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, I could literally ask you anything there, and it was yes.
Nah.
I asked the wrong question. Will you give me $10?
No.
Well, yeah. See, now it's too late.
I think I owe you for something. Maybe.
Probably. Just get me some Timmy's later.
Sounds good.
Give me a nice cap in the morning. I need one. That's for sure. PSG FlipSide Tactics. This is a great series so far. FlipSide is definitely looking like the FlipSide I want to see. And we even saw them, though, in that upper bracket, getting a lot more infield passing. I feel like that's not happening as much as we saw in that upper bracket. And that might be the difference maker here for FlipSide coming into game number 3.
Yeah, some of the best strategies you can do is just mixing it up, as silly as that sounds. These guys, for the most part, in all the upper bracket games in the last 4 that have qualified, have done high lofted passes and then usually back down. It'd be crazy to see some of these guys start to mix in some dribbles. I know Mystic really opens up the field when he does that. Same thing for Yukio. On the other side, we know Farah has dribbling capabilities, so he's very, very strong. It's kind of how he got his name in the RLCS, when Gibbs still thought he was a female. But Victor is most definitely a guy.
That was actually fantastic. The good old days.
Not for Farah.
Oh, yeah. Did you just assume my gender? He did indeed. 20 seconds now into game number 3. FlipSide took game 1. PSG took game 2. FlipSide looking for an early attack here. That might be a chance, though. Good stop from Chazette. Mr. Sock himself keeps the scoreline at 0-0. Good bump there. That allows FlipSide to move that upfield. No scoring chance, but at least some offense. It's always a lot less pressure, sorry, when you're sitting on offense rather than defense. Yeah, you can do it, Mystic. Rough recovery there.
Nailed it.
I might allow PSG to put some pressure on.
Hey man, they make it look easy all the time. Bound to like mess up at least.
Oh, when you're like trying to roll one way with your analog stick, but you're holding R2 or L2 and it's trying to flip you the other way.
It's just so awkward too. Plus he's dealing with the angle of the wall.
Yeah, just sliding along. Bang bang off the wall. Louis sends that one out to FlipSide. The only member of PSG touching that ball right now, and yet again he's still finally Farah getting involved. A shot off the crossbar, a pass. Chazette can't put that one in. That might have been their opportunity to put themselves into the lead here. Nice clear from Cooks here. He'll keep that one away. Yukio wasting all of his boost. He'll grab another one though.
Cook's one of the better players on defense. See it a lot in his 1v1s back when we saw Fairy Peak first enter the scene. He proved that you don't need to be offensive heavy in ones to win.
Yep.
4 shots saved it. Or I think he only won with 4 goals and was able to shut down Fairy Peak in a 1v1 on offense. Not easily said. Obviously, a lot of things have changed since then. Fairy Peak is now the confident god that we have today.
Fairy Peak's nutty. Whoa! That one's going to make it in. Cuts here. Says, guys, keep talking about me. I'm nutty too. And move this down the field. Solo plays.
Talking about wanting to see some individual plays, would be dribble or otherwise. Just a flick over the top and then a pass in. Draws in 2 on his own, plays it past. FlipSide back on top, trying to bounce back and make the changes appropriate. Help themselves close out this series.
And it's cool because the only way that goal was possible was because that was a Batmobile. His car, if he was an Octane, wouldn't have gotten that just last little bit of hit there to get it past those defenders. Mystic can't get that past Chazette. He's been a really good 50-50 guy for PSG. Getting in the way of a lot of plays from FlipSide Tactics, especially when it's been on PSG's end.
Good challenge by Yuki as well to shut that one down. Buys a little bit of time for his team as a pass comes in midfield, but easily cleared by Yukio. Double boost tonight as well.
And Yukio's going to keep the pressure on. That's going to be great for FlipSide. They can pop this one up. Yukio needs boost, though. He won't be able to get to this. Actually, he does.
Okay, Yukio.
He does.
He does is a really weird way of summarizing what just happened.
Yeah, he actually, so that shot, that pass up by Cooks here should have been in the hands of PSG because of how far away it was from Yukio. Yukio had to go back to that midfield boost, and PSG needed to take that opportunity to take possession, but they didn't, and Yukio just cut in on that and says, I will take the shot. Now, minute 45, FlipSide Tactics in the lead. They took game 1, PSG took game 2. FlipSide trying to set themselves at match point, double commit. We talked about these being fixed. Evidently, they're still somewhat present.
Could be a communication issue.
Let's hope it doesn't happen again, really, though. Slow play now. Yukio going to move this up the field. Crux was going to follow behind, but that got taken away. Shazette put that one towards the net.
Back and forth, great for FlipSide.
Oh, fantastic.
A ton of time off the clock. PSG needs to find a way to maintain some of this.
Yeah, and they're just banging it up the field every single time. Again, Farah just will get a touch on it, but like it wasn't enough to Farah that he could do anything really useful with it.
No, it was a good pass and a shot on net. Should draw to the defender, but for Cookster, he just jumps up, taps it to the side, and we're right back where we started. The difference being there's 20 more seconds off the clock.
Even that, look at that. Cooks here, so smart. He could have set that one out as a pass in front, but he knew that the defenders at PSG probably could have cleared that, and that would have been less time wasted. So we just banged that one with a pinch to the other side. You buy a couple extra seconds off the clock. PSG struggling to find any kind of semblance of offense here. As we come into that final 20 seconds. Beautiful pass, but no boost. Cuck still manages to get a touch out. A little bit too far from Mystic, but it's dead time, and with 10 seconds left, PSG's going to lose this one.
Could it be the concept? I usually don't count any of these teams out when there's that much time left on the clock. You never know. But now that it is hit 0, there is no possible way for them to score 2. And FlipSide Tactics is going to put themselves at game point. Match point.
Match point. This is FlipSide Tactics on match point in the lower finals against PSG. Let that sink in for a second here. FlipSide Tactics potentially going up to fight for that 1-2 seed against Gale Force Esports. That's a great sentence. Obviously, I mean, I love the boys on PSG, but we haven't heard FlipSide
I mean, obviously, both these guys want to know if it's possible to come back, and they wanted that chance to play against Gale Force. Anytime you get the chance to play against the world champions or the previous world champs or defending world champs, whatever you want to call it, it's a great experience, especially with these guys having to face some of them at LAN. Like, obviously, these two teams aren't, but because they're not going to be attending, when else are they going to get that practice? So for these guys, anything they can get, especially in off-season, like scrims are one thing, but to do it in a live setting with pressure, money on the line, and in qualifications, like that's huge. So obviously they would love that opportunity again, just a matter of having to go through each other first. Now,
I know Marissa is definitely rooting for the PSG boys to make through this and just make some changes. The question is, what do they have to do? That last minute even, the last minute 30, didn't really look like any.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. So many times did they throw away possession. Every single time they had the ball, whether it was near midfield or otherwise, one of them would launch it up top. We saw it, even though Farah got a pass from it and put a shot, like you have to either place that a lot better. But ideally, like if they're giving you that much space in the end, trap the ball, hold on to it. I understand that you're trying to get downfield as quickly as possible, but when you're just throwing away possession back and forth every single time, that's exactly what FlipSide wants. So find a way to trap the ball in the midfield, control it a little bit, and then go for a pass. You trap it in the mid, bring it outside, and then pass it back inside. At least you're bringing a defender up with you.
Well, we're going to find out as we head into match point. FlipSide Tactics up 2-1 in this best of 5 against PSG Esports. You know why they're losing? It's because they spelled esports wrong.
Yeah, it happens.
Triggered. See if they can bring this one back. Winner of this will go to face off against Gale Force Esports in the grand finals to fight for that 1-2 seed. The loser of this will take 3rd seed going into the live finals in July. Definitely definitely book that one in your calendar. You ain't gonna want to miss it. And if you're in the area, come on by.
Yeah, tickets can be on sale soon. Should be a great time. But with 50 seconds gone by, pretty similar situation. PSG with a lot of aggression early. The defensive flip side able to hold on.
Mystic got that one stolen away from him by Bluey. Chazette will pick that one up. Try to work it down the field by himself, but he didn't have enough boost to do so. Farah working some pressure game there. Bluey, drop pass, right back to Chazette. Farah will miss the pressure. Bluey, minimal boost, is gonna have to try to do something here. I don't know if it'll be enough, and it will. Finally getting that back corner boost. PSG stuck in their own end though. This is a chance for FlipSide Tactics. Getting an attack going. Look at that, Bluey just psyching out. That was actually incredible from Bluey. Bluey making Yukio just trip out and looked like he was gonna go demo him, backed off, and that forced Yukio to just have no position on defense.
Talking about utilizing your space. All three players versus that one poor guy on defense. So he backs out, takes his time, pushes a pass across. That's a different angle that that person's positioned for.
Yep.
And then to play it back across again, there's nothing you can do about that as a defender. Really well done by PSG.
I would just say overall an incredible play, as you said, from PSG, grabbing them their first goal. Just a lot of effort to get even one goal against this FlipSide Tactics though. 3 minutes are remaining. FlipSide, very good from playing from behind, so we'll see if they can grab an evener here. Although I think if it does happen, it'll be probably in the last minute of game.
Right, right. It's kind of what they're used to.
Good 50
Ooh,
there.
No way!
Off of Cooks here, just in the most unfortunate of places for that 50-50 to go. And PSG up by 2.
You have to give credit, though, to Bluey. The extra effort to jump across and follow that. The pinch is just an added bonus. Able to drop that down, put them up by 2. Exactly what they need to bounce back, as this series has been back and forth the entire time. They need to be careful on the side of FlipSide as PSG really starting to pick up the pace.
Cooks off that backboard. Bluey's there in a immediate. He's got a lot of boost, so he might be able to work some magic, but he loses that underside touch that would have popped that one further. Oh, that's going to be a goal right there. Mystic going to get credit for that, even though it was in anyways. Look at that pressure off that backboard, that touch. Not the most optimal thing.
What a play from Yukio.
Straight down.
So Yukio is in front of leading that charge. He ends up sweeping in, trying to bump that goalie. Doesn't get the bump, so he completely turns around and sits at the top of the 18, jumps up and takes a shot. It's so ridiculous.
And that 2.5 minute mark, they needed that one, as they were down by 2 goals, now only by 1. That's a chance, a bump there. Just barely saved by Bluey. Yukio couldn't put that in a spot that the defender couldn't save. We'll see if FlipSide can turn this one around. Chazette out of the play right now. A shot on net. That's going to go in, maybe with the help of Farah, but Mystic going to get credit for this one.
My goodness, Mystic really stepping up for this team. Just leans back and smashes that one in such a good spot, too. That player defending is having to jump across his body. Even with getting a touch on it, it pinches back in. And you thought we were going to have to wait till the last minute. We've got 2 more still left on the board for this game.
Yeah, a lot sooner than we thought it would be. And I guess FlipSide trying to make some changes to their storyline, saying, no, we can do this at any given moment. Yukio has been a beast for FlipSide Tactics in the NARLI tournament so far. And he doesn't show any signs of slowing down, except there when he whiffs. And that'll be a chance for PSG to put an attack on.
He was going too fast, and he needs to slow down.
Too fast.
Trying to do your best, like, 2-goal explosion impression.
That was close, you?
No.
Okay.
You did 2.
You just set me up to sound like an idiot.
You're the one who falls for it.
Final minute of gameplay. PSG is going to get some cross-field passes to put that down into the blue end. We'll try again from midfield. We're seeing that slowdown, that ping pong again that we saw at that last game. That was the fall, though, of PSG, and this might be beneficial for FlipSide. They're going to sit, analyze, and see what the best way they can attack this is.
It's a tactic that FlipSide kind of originated with the fake kickoff, giving away possession at the beginning so they could counterattack with power and boost. starting to see them now. They don't want to challenge in the midfield. They're allowing these guys to push into their half so that when the ball does come their way, they're able to transition that back downfield. PSG has been doing a pretty good job of noticing that rather than throwing that possession away again, to hold on to it or pass it across field and give it that space.
What a shot.
Oh my gosh.
Chazette barely kept that one out, but that shot placement was beautiful before. And flip side, now up on the offense, 14 seconds left. This is where they get scary, and PSG has to be very wary of that, as everything's going to go on offense here. Mystic trying to just do something with this. Does buy enough time, though, for his defenders to get back in case they couldn't. And likely a drop down, of course. Overtime now. FlipSide Tactics still sitting at match point.
Need to be careful here. This kickoff is going to be absolutely crucial. Good for PSG. Need to get a touch there. They should be able to maintain a little bit of pressure here now. As all those 100 boosts, roughly about 5 more seconds before they spawn. What a shot on net.
Chazette yet again, that last guy stopping out these incredible shots from FlipSide Tactics. And 18 seconds in, FlipSide looking to end this quickly. Cooks here couldn't, though. A good demo, that'll buy a lot of time for the defense of FlipSide Tactics, preventing PSG from even attempting to break out of their own end.
Bunch of bumps and demos. They want to end this as fast as possible. I like the lack of hesitation there from Yukio. He recognized an opportunity as a bump in net. No, plenty of FlipSide back on defense.
They have to be so careful here. Those bumps are going to make FlipSide Tactics panic, and that's when you might see those double commits. FlipSide has to be so aware to not do that. What a save. Mystic keeping that shot out from Chazette. Bit of role reversal here. Chazette himself moves on to offense. Just a bit of a misread from Cooks here off that rip there. Mystic will take control. Last defender is Yukio. That angle just wide. That was an open net, and if Cooks here had been able to make that, I know he's just kicking himself for that one right now.
Best part about Cooks here, though, is he doesn't let that stuff get to him. He knows the bigger picture. Understands that if they win here, they could go forward. But PSG is going to send us forward to game number 5.
Those are those double commits. I said that FlipSide might start to panic when PSG puts on pressure, and that's exactly what happened. A little bit of a pinch shot there. Chazette going to get credit, and PSG overall going to get credit for the win.
I mean, you have to give credit to PSG on that one. You had Mystic up above you, and the fact that he's able to force these guys on top. Hey, guys, over at the lounge, we missed you too. But the fact that he's got Mystic above him, he's able to dribble it in between.
Yeah.
And then he plays it back inside to his teammate. Like, it has nothing to do with the double commit from FlipSide. That was all pressure from PSG.
I'm just so jealous how comfy they look over here. Look at these high chairs, and they're just lounging.
I mean, we're not on high chairs. We're not children. Like,
well, speak for yourself. Wait.
Sure. Do it to yourself, man. It's not even me anymore.
So PSG FlipSide Tactics game number 5 we are heading into in the lower winners. Lower winners, lower finals.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works, Lee. Either way, PSG bouncing back again, back and forth this entire series has been an absolute treat to watch. But I mean, you look at the difference still. FlipSide, a majority of the pressure, plenty of shots on. You see how much they change in that last couple of minutes. I would love for them to do that the entire series, not just wait.
There are so many times that teams do these incredible things in the last minute, and I'm like, why were you not doing this the rest of the series? I guess
it's super risky, right?
That's the thing.
When you send that much pressure, that's a lot of people that you're keeping at a half rotation rather than going back and playing safe and grabbing boost. But you can still apply that kind of pressure. Just make sure that if you start to see someone, okay, he's got an opportunity to clear it, rather than cheat back in, go back. I would love to see that pressure from FlipSide the whole time. I would love to see PSG with these crazy passing plays. Either way, we're going to get a great game 5.
I think you're right.
That's good.
FlipSide Tactics PSG game number 5. As they look to face off against Gale Force Esports to get that number 1 to 2 seed coming into the live finals. And oh boy, is that good for either one of these teams.
Oh no, Yukio. So Yukio's up in this corner, misses the boost, giddy up U-turns, and just reverses back into it. And it leaves Mystic all alone on defense.
Rip.
Pretty much.
Hey, we're only 20 seconds in though. That means nothing for FlipSide Tactics.
It means they conceded a goal. And
I
one they shouldn't have.
That doesn't really mean anything for FlipSide Tactics.
I mean, not to discredit that flick. That flick was great. They're just bullying this defense now.
Oh, what a pinch. Yukio's actually going to have a shot off of that. And as Wade Punk would say, indeed. What a save there. As PSG barely keep out that shot. Now it's their turn to make an attack. 1 minute pass now, PSG up by 1 goal. Cucks off the wall. Or sorry, Bluey off the wall. Wrong team. Cucks with a shot just wide, almost placing that in the best spot. Doesn't matter. The pressure will mount up and Yukio will finally be able to put one in.
That's twice now that Cooks has barely missed. It was actually Mystic, I think, who had that touch. Should have crossed, getting confused with the Batmobiles. Those shots, the difference this time. Someone there to follow it up and put it away. FlipSide wasting no time to tie the series back up or tie this game back up. 3.5 still left, roughly. Fixer's going to take his time on this one, trying to go back and get 100 boost. Doesn't find it. Should be able to control this and play this up and over.
He's got to be careful, though, in front of that net there.
Does choose to play that out of their net as quickly as possible. The demo, nobody there.
Almost, but this is going to be a lot of pressure now. Mystic had 100 boost to maybe pass out. That's going to be just a miss. Cox, what are you doing? You need to get that touch there, and that's going to be a chance for PSG to move down the other end of the field. Off the backboard, Farah already up. A shot. That's going to be to no one. Bluey will back off. Seen that clear attempt coming out. Now they're going to have a 2-on-1. Much better situation than a 1-on-1 there on defense. 3 minutes left. We're still tied up. 2-2 apiece in the series. Mystic couldn't get that boost, but he got the ball at least. Yukio's going to try to do something with this. He needs boost. He's going to steal one. And a demo. That might be a shot in. Bluey was forced to get a touch there. That was very close to being a goal.
I know he's not in a Batmobile, but he's looking like Batman coming out of that smoke.
Nice dunk there. Yukio will be able to keep the pressure on. I don't think he tried to, but we'll call that the Buzz Lightyear falling with style.
What?
He just fell and it worked out.
Oh.
That's what Buzz does in Toy Story. He just kind of fell and it worked.
So sad.
I fall and it usually doesn't work out. Chazette. Trying to get a play started up. Bluey will have to back off as he got intercepted there by FlipSide Tactics. Bluey will back off, get a boost steal. That'll allow him to keep the pressure up. He's going to get up there for a 50. Now, Farah will have a chance. Sorry, Chazette would have had a chance. He'll back off, allowing Farah a little bit of breathing room there on defense. This needs to be a touch, or it's going to be a shot. Cucks yet again. Are we counting how many times he's not hit the net?
That is 2 now on very difficult shots to make.
Yeah, I guess
we
can't discredit him.
We just kind of expect him to do as one pinches across from Chaussette. Almost put his own away. I like Mystic's idea there. Rather than just hitting it downfield, he pops it up and gets behind it. So if he does get that 50-50, it's going to work in his favor. FlipSide trying to maintain it. Mystic with a shot now. He does it. What a play.
There it is. A lot of boost wasted on the other end there. You saw Chazette just flying through, couldn't get a 50, and that'll allow Yukio to set Mystic up. A straight drop down. That defender ain't stopping that one.
He's been playing so well. You're looking at the difference, 9 shots to 4 in favor of FlipSide. Again, doesn't tell the story. I still think PSG is playing much more aggressive.
Oh, agreed.
This defense, though, of FlipSide, just a nuisance as Yukio's up, trying to take a shot off the backboard, isn't going to be there. PSG should be able to relieve the pressure for at least a little bit.
As they play this smart, then yeah, but they got a little bit anxious to move upfield with that 1 minute remaining buzzer coming up. PSG is looking to just get an equalizer, because this is match point right now. There is no other game after this. PSG looking at 3rd seed if they can't grab one more goal.
Gonna probably see the similar situation for FlipSide. Don't challenge, let these guys clear the ball, be in position to clear it back. Get boost, rinse and repeat. 25 seconds.
1 goal up, FlipSide Tactics, and you said it, look at them just being so patient. Make PSG make the moves. There's no rush or need right now for FlipSide Tactics to make any weird or sudden moves.
Just everybody backing off. Difficulty with that, though, is you're giving up a lot of space. All it takes is one mistake.
It's not over yet. That ball's in the air, but Yukio maybe wanting to set that one down. He's not going to be able to. Bluey keeps it alive. Farah off the backboard. Shazette with a lot of boost. Almost sets that one in front of the net, and it will finally drop down. One final attempt there. GG's to both team. Flipside Tactics, though, it's going to be your winner. And Cuxir, the little weeble wobble. I love it. PSG grabbing your 3rd seed.
Yeah, they're going to get their revenge, able to play Gale Force after this one. The team that knocked them down after going the distance.
Spicy.
The only other game that we saw go the distance on stream was the one we just saw, so